We don't think thoughts, we receive thoughts from what's pre-encoded in our DNA and RNA. So every time you think you're thinking, you're not actually thinking. These ideas you're receiving are from pre-encoded reaction that goes off as tiny explosions in your DNA. In your DNA, or the blueprint of your genetic makeup, you have tiny explosions that go off at different stages in your life. For example, how does a child learn to cry to get your attention, or how does a child learn to smile? That's because it's pre-encoded in their genes. Some people over the age of 40 still argue over petty things because it's not in everyone's genetic to make that transition into maturity, whilst a younger person does reach the stage of that maturity because it all depends on what's pre-encoded in your DNA. Now, genes are parts of the DNA found inside the nucleus of your cells. They carry instruction that tells your body how to grow and function to build tissues and organs. They determine your physical traits such as your hair, your skin, your eye color, and your blood type. Some traits can even appear after several generations. If you do any research on serial killers, you would find that someone in their family was a butcher or surgeon, where they cut flesh for a living. That genetic trait later showed up after several generations, which caused the person to become a serial killer after their DNA exploded. Let's say someone in your family was a scientist or chemist who worked with drugs and chemicals or in a laboratory doing scientific experiments. Somewhere in your genetic agreement would allow you to become a chemist or alchemist after your DNA explodes, but your RNA would interpret that based on the environment you grew up in. So if you grew up in the wrong environment and went to the wrong school, you would become a drug dealer, which is still a chemist who has to weigh drugs on a scale. This means you're a subtotal of your parents' experiences, your ancestors' experiences, and your own experiences. Whatever you intake, whoever you kiss, whoever you have sex with, or whatever you're exposed to, and whatever your parents did afflicts you physically and helps to make your personality, which can become a part of your DNA and your genetic coding.